Hello everybody, Glowplasma231 here, and welcome to My Hero Academia, Chapter 305 review. This chapter is titled Izuku Midori and Tomura Shigaraki. Sort of similar to the last chapter called Izuku Midori and Toshinori Yagi, but it'll be fine. So this chapter starts off with pretty much recapping the last chapter with Nana standing up and pretty much saying, "Hey, you kill Shigaraki, my grandson." Deku then just goes, "What do I say now?" And then Nana stands up and says, "That's not a request. I'm asking about your resolve in the matter." One second here. Okay. And then she goes on to say, "When you looked at him and you saw someone who looked like he needed saving, that's what you thought." And she says, "We know that because we're thinking for your emotions as we learned last chapter with all of that." And then Banjo, Danjoro Banjo, pretty much, or Black Whip, whatever you want to call him, stands there and is like, "He didn't look that way to us. He was filled with nothing but hate." And then one for all, or all for, one for all for one's brother, the Quirk's owner, pretty much. It's like, "That's how he was groomed. My brother's own damaged body now holds him back, so it's likely that he schemed to hijack the boy's body and soul. It's a part of his grand plan to require one for all." Then Banjo then points over to his successor, which is the kid who's got the jacket on like genius. He's like, "First meeting my successor." He says that One for All tried stealing the quirk from them, but failed. And then pretty much what happens is they're pretty much saying how if Tomura Shigaraki keeps going, if Shigaraki keeps going how he's going, then he's going to turn into the ultimate evil, and things aren't going to be looking good. Nobody will be able to stop the evil. So then Nan's pretty much like, "Oh, it's not shameful for me to be telling a 16-year-old kid to kill my grandson and all of that. It's shameful." And then she says, "If a person who looks like they need saving actually turns out to be someone beyond saving, will you have resolve to kill him if that's what it takes?" So that's a loaded statement there. And then Izuku goes on this whole speech. He says, I could see he was hurting, or rather, I could feel it. When Shigaraki's consciousness invaded One for All, when he was focusing so hard on his own dream, I felt it inside all of that rage. I felt a little boy crying." And he says, "Up till now, I've come against all types. They've refused to back down, so fighting was the only way to stop them." And here, it's got little pictures of Stain, Overhaul, and Muscular, which are all people that he had to fight. Muscular and Overhaul pretty much, or Overhaul, he had a little girl on his back helping him, and then Stain was him, Todoroki, and Ida. And then Deku goes back saying, "I never understood what made him turn out that way. If I had, maybe things would have worked out differently." And then there's a thing of Gentle and Labrava there, which is a story that ended up turning out good. And then he says, "Or who knows, maybe I would still had to fight them anyway. Shigaraki killed so many people. He's hurt people near and dear to me," and it shows Aizawa, Endeavor, Gran Torino, and Bakugo. And he says, "And yet, One for All is empowerment for saving, not killing. All Might taught me that." And this page is like really cool because in the middle it pretty much half the page is on one side and our half of a single page is on the complete opposite side, and in the middle is a panel of Izuku as a child pretty much sort of walking up to Tenko, as he was known then, or Shigaraki, holding his dog before, as we know, he killed his dog. And then it goes to see that how Izuku was watching the video of All Might Saber everybody, And then he goes on to say again, and not just me, All Might, and all of you who've built up this power has given hope to countless people out there. I get this power was first meant to destroy evil, but you've given all of your lives to take the chain this far. I think that there is a big purpose behind it all. And at this point, the fog or mist or whatever it is fading away from Izuku's body as we see All Might's sort of shade thing or whatever you want to call it, sort of shedding a tear. And then Izuku goes back on to say, maybe there's no other way besides killing. Now I don't know what I'm going to do when the time comes, but I want to save that little boy, as we see a visual of Izuku turning into a boy. And then, what's it called? One for All, the quirk owner says, good, that's why we have your back. And then he says, it's fortunate our power passed to you too. And then Nana says, sorry for testing you like that. Gran Torino still lives, so when you wake up, give him my best. And then she sort of refers to Gran Torino like sort of just thinking that we've been blessed with wonderful disciples. And then One for All just turns around and just says, now play nice, you two. We have to cooperate with our successor. He needs your help to unleash his full power. Turning around to the second and third user who still have their heads to the wall. And boy, that was a chapter. It's sort of a good chapter after the whole knowledge dump that we got last time, and pretty much Izuku going back to just say, I want to save people. I'd rather not kill them if I don't have to. I want to save them. And then at that point, yeah, and then One for All just turns around to look at the other two dudes. I would give speculation to what this chapter brings, but I'm recording this on Sunday already after the next chapter came out, and I already read it, so I know it's going to happen. And I hate to say, it doesn't have to do anything with those two users, not in the slightest. So yeah, that's chapter 305. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a good chapter. Next chapter's even better, but yeah, thank you all for watching, and Glowplasma231 out. Yeah, thanks for watching.